Hi, I'm Rebecca from Minerva, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about gingham. So, a very brief history of gingham. There's some debate over where the name originated. Some believe it might be from the Malayan word for separate, a jar, referring to the design and the pattern of gingham, and some think that it may be from the town in Brittany where a gingham fabric was being made. So it was originally imported to Europe in the 17th century and gained popularity during the 18th century and beyond. It's distinguished, of course, by the even separate checks of usually a white and a colour. And it's usually a light to medium weight fabric, either made of a carded or a fine yarn. And it's also another distinguishing feature of gingham is that the yarn is dyed before it's woven, as opposed to a printed cotton. So those are the distinguishing features of gingham. Interestingly, originally it was believed to be just a stripe, and then it's evolved over time into being a check, which is quite interesting because when we think of gingham now, we only think of the coloured checks. So now you've had your little history lesson, let me show you some of the wonderful ginghams that we've got in the shop available for you. Don't forget anything that I mention in the video, you can click on the tag down below, you can add it straight to your basket, or you can save it into a folder to come back and look at later. So the first gingham we have up is this 1/4 inch black and white gingham. This one is 44 inches wide and it's a very light gingham, this one. Having said that, it's still opaque, so you can have this as a one-layered garment and you don't need to worry particularly about a lining unless you want to do it just for the structure. So this is just your classic black and white monochrome, lovely light feeling, really breezy. The composition is 65% polyester, 35% cotton. So you've also got that added element where it's not going to crease as much as 100% cotton would do. And now the pattern that I've suggested for this fabric is a Simplicity 9180, and that comes in two size ranges, comes in a 6 to a 14 and a 16 to a 24. So look out for the two different sizes there if you want to click on this one. The pattern, is a lovely gathered skirt, really full gathered skirt with a classic waistband, zip up and down the back. And what I really liked about this pattern are the pockets. They're really nice patch pockets with the sort of gathered detail around the top edge. And I just thought a lovely full skirt in a gingham like this would just look so fun and very cottagecore. And it comes in two lengths, one sort of more ankle length and one below the knee. And I just thought, even though gingham you normally think of summer, a skirt with that much fabric, you could wear it with tights and woolly tights in winter and boots, and it would look perfect in the summer just with sandals as well. So that would be my selection for this 1/4 inch black and white gingham. So next we have this really lovely 1/4 inch lilac gingham check. I absolutely love the shade of this lilac. It's so pretty, and it's quite interesting because this check size is a bit smaller than your standard, so it just, even though it's got that classic gingham feel, it's just got a little bit of interest and like, oh okay, like that's a gingham but a slightly different interesting variation. This size also comes in quite a few other really lovely colours, pinks, greens, yellows, blues, so you'll see them all on the website. The composition of this is 65% polyester, 35% cotton. So again, you've got a slight resistance there to creasing, but it's still really nice and light. This is a lightweight cotton, so really nice and airy and light. So that is our lilac check. The pattern that I would suggest would look really lovely in this fabric is the Selkie Patterns London dress. It's a really beautiful simple shape. It's got a little tie around the neck. It's got floaty short sleeves. It nips in at the waist and it's got a couple of gathers on the front waist going down into a nice full skirt that finishes at the knee. And I just think in a lovely summery light airy fabric like this, that would just look so pretty. Next we have this lovely 7-berry 1/4 inch check in the Crawford cotton. It's a really beautiful colour. It's called mustard, but I must say it's more of a dark sort of gold colour than a bright mustard. And it's just such a lovely, rich, quite autumnal tone. Really, really lovely and quite unusual. I don't think I've seen a gingham in this colourway before, so it's quite unusual. It's really, really beautiful. So this is 100% cotton, and it's so soft. Really, really beautiful texture. It's lightweight. Again, it's opaque, so you can't see through that at all. And it's just really, really beautiful colourway. The pattern that I've chosen to go with this lovely mustard gingham is the Liberty London Kiki dungaree set. So that pattern comes with dungarees with trousers, which you could easily make into shorts, and it also comes with a skirt version as well, so a dungaree dress. It covers quite a big age range, which is nice. It goes from age 3 up to 14, so it covers you from the little ones up to the teenagers. And also it's an easy, so that's great if you're new to sewing, then that's a really good choice for you. It's not going to test you too much, it's just going to get you started. And if you're more advanced but just would like an easy project, then it's a brilliant choice for you. So I just think a dungaree set in this lovely gingham would just look really, really fabulous. So that's my choice for this 7-berry gingham. Next we have this really, really fun 1-inch light blue check. I just think these larger checks, these 1-inch checks, are just so fun. It's just taking the original gingham and just making it more extravagant, more fabulous, and I just absolutely love this. And in the pale blue as well, it's the classic gingham colours, and it's just really nice and light and summery, and just a really, really beautiful fabric. So this particular composition is 65% polyester, 35% cotton. Where you've got a slightly larger white space, it's ever so slightly see-through. So depending on what you were imagining using this for, you might want to think about a lining. It's a lightweight cotton. As you can see, it's really nice and light and airy there. And it's 44 inches wide. Now the pattern that I have suggested to go with this is the Nina Lee Bakerloo blouse and dress pattern set. I know loads of you absolutely love this pattern. It's been so popular, and I just thought it's such a fun, I particularly like the dress, and it's just such a fun dress with the voluminous sleeves and the extravagant frilly collar, and I just thought in a check like this it would just look so fun and free. I just thought it would look really, really great. So that would be my suggestion. For the skirt, although this is ever so slightly see-through, where the skirt is so gathered, I personally think that it would be fine without a lining, but you might just want to think about that if it's something that you would rather have an extra barrier, so another light cotton or just a polyester lining to go underneath there. The pattern is an intermediate and it comes in sizes 6 to 20. So that's my suggestion for this 1-inch pale blue check. So next we have this absolutely amazing mint cotton gingham. It's the 1/8 inch Robert Kaufman Carolina cotton gingham, and it is just such a fabulous shade of green. It's mint, but it's quite a bold mint. It's not quite fluorescent, but it is a really bright green. Absolutely wonderful. It's 100% cotton and it's really, really soft. Absolutely lovely weight to it, sort of medium weight. Really, really soft and just lovely and bold, this colourway. This lovely size check, which is 1/8 of an inch, also comes in quite a few other really fabulous bold colours. So have a look on the website if you're after a nice bold gingham in a smaller check. The pattern that I thought would go wonderfully with this fabric was a kid's pattern. It's the Style Arc Pippa dress and skirt set. It's a really lovely dress and top with a sheared top half and then a simple straight skirt down, and then the top version is just the sheared top half without the skirt. For the straps, it's got really nice little tie straps around about an inch or so wide. So I just think in a bold, bright fabric like this, and lovely 100% cotton, so really breathable, I just thought, oh my goodness, perfect for a kid's outfit. It comes for ages 8 to 16 and it's an intermediate pattern. Next we have this lovely 7-berry 1/16 of an inch check in the Crawford cotton gingham. This is the navy colourway, and unlike all of the other ginghams that we've looked at which have had white backgrounds, this one's actually got a beige sort of creamy background, which I think sets off the navy really nicely. It almost gives it quite like a gentlemanly feel about it. It brings the tone sort of all the way down. I think white and navy is sort of quite crisp and sharp, whereas this is a bit more sort of maybe wintry autumnal tones. This is 100% cotton. It's fairly lightweight, really soft, but it's got a little bit of crispness to it. And the pattern that I thought would look really nice with this colour and this small check is a McCall's trouser pattern 8168, which is a paper bag style trouser. It's got a lovely high waist, it's got a couple of pleats at the front and the back which then allow it to spill out over the hips. They've got it in shorts, a wide leg trouser and also a tapered trouser. So in the one pattern you get quite a good variation of trouser, and I just thought this dark small check would look really, really good in trousers. I think I personally like the wide leg version with the paper bag, but I think it would look great in all of those styles. Size wise, it comes in a 6 to a 22 and it's noted as being sewing level easy, which is always great for a nice, fun, easy project. So that would be my suggestion for this 7-berry navy and beige check fabric. So we're going up in size again for our next fabric. This is the 2-inch check from Robert Kaufman. It's 100% cotton. It's a gingham broadcloth and it's really, really soft, and you can feel the difference in weight with this 100% cotton as well. It's got a lovely feel to it. It's almost quite like a blankety feel, I think, with the colours and the larger check. This colourway is the shale, and it also comes in a couple of other really nice delicate colourways. There's sort of creams and beiges in there as well, which are all really, really pretty, sort of oyster shades. This is the shale. This fabric is 43 inches wide and it's sort of a medium weight fabric. The pattern that I thought would look absolutely wonderful in this check is the Sew House 7 Burnside bibs. I just thought with the feel, the softness, the coziness of these, in the Burnside bibs, which is a sort of dungaree boiler suit style outfit with the pulled in waist with the waist ties and the comfy wide legs, I just thought this would look absolutely amazing and also be so comfy and cozy as well. So the size of the Burnside bibs, comes in a 0 to 20 and it's sewing level intermediate. Next we have this 7-berry 1/8 of an inch check. It's a tiny weeny check, really, really pretty and delicate. This is the Crawford cotton, 100% cotton. It's fairly lightweight, quite crisp. It's a cotton broadcloth and this one is 42 inches wide. It's got a really nice crispness to it as well. Feels very like it would be really nice and fresh and airy in the summer, as well as the colour, I think, lending itself slightly to the darker seasons as well. Now this is the violet colourway. Now just bear in mind that in photos this fabric actually comes out looking a little bit pinkier than it is in real life. So this colour here, it's more of a mauve, darker purple violet than the pinky that it comes out in photos, so just bear that in mind. Now the background on this gingham is so lovely. It's more of a taupey beige than the white that you see in most gingham cottons, and it just makes the fabric feel really rich and luxurious, and I absolutely love the sort of softness that it brings to it. Now this is 100% cotton, but it's got a really nice crispness that I think lends itself to shirting. So I suggest pattern-wise the Mimi G style design from Simplicity, which is number 8427, and it's men's shirt. It's long sleeved, collared, and there's two versions there. It's got one with a sharp pointed collar and one with a rounded collar. It's a really nice slim fit, very tailored, very modern shirt. So that is what I would suggest pairing with this. I just think it would look really sharp and really crisp and elegant in a men's shirt. That particular pattern comes in two size sets, AA, which is men's size 34 to 42, and then the second size set, which is 44 to 52. So just keep an eye on those two sizes when you're buying. So that is what I would suggest for this lovely Seven Berry violet gingham. So next we have a really lovely bright gingham cotton. This is Robert Kaufman, 100% cotton gingham in the colour Flame. It's a really, really wonderful bright reddy orange and a sort of standard gingham check size. 100% cotton, and you can really feel the softness with it as well, and it's got a slight thickness to it compared with some of the polyester cotton blends. This one is a cotton broadcloth and it's 42 inches wide. The pattern that I've chosen to go with it I thought would make a really fun vintage sort of picnic style outfit, and the pattern is from So La Di Da Vintage Sewing Patterns, and it's the dual blouse, which is a lovely quite simple style. It's got a round neck or a dual neck, it's got grown on sleeves, short sleeves, and it's fitted down the bodice, and one of the options is to have a couple of welts just above the waist for some detail. One of the necklines has also got a contrast binding around the neckline as well, and I thought binding in the white or picking out that really bold dark sort of orangey red colour and perhaps matching the welts to it as well would just look really, really fabulous and really vintage and fun, and really nice and soft in this gingham as well, especially for a fitted blouse like that. 100% cotton, so lovely and breathable, and I thought that would just make such a wonderful spring summer outfit. The pattern comes in sizes 8 to 20. It's a reproduction vintage pattern, but it's been resized for modern day sizings. So it's sort of a modern day average of an 8 to 20, and it's an intermediate sewing level. Next we have a lovely 100% cotton gingham from Robert Kaufman. This is in the Carolina cotton, and this is in the royal blue. Bit of a classic royal blue on the white background. Really, really soft, this fabric, so it's 100% cotton. It's got a thickness to it, a soft thickness, although I would say it's only sort of medium weight. This one is 43 inches wide, and it comes in a couple of other colourways, your classic black, green, navy. So if you like this size check and the idea of 100% cotton, you can go on and have a look for some other colours on there on the website as well. So with the softness and with, I think, the classic blue, I really thought a fab matching pattern would be a classic elasticated waist trouser for men. So the pattern that I've picked out is the Wardrobe by Me summer pants and shorts. When I say pants, I mean trousers. So they're elasticated waist, they've got a yoke at the back for fit, and they've also got pockets at the back and a drawstring. Now a pair of lovely pull-on, light, comfy trousers. They would just be so wonderful in this fabric. It's just so airy, so light. It's got that softness. So not even particularly one season, because they'd be lovely in the winter because it's got this thickness and this warmth to it, but it's also really light and breathable. So in the warmer months, it would be perfect as well. Size-wise, it comes in 2 extra small to 4 extra large, so it covers quite a lot of sizing there, which is great. And it's sewing level intermediate. So next we have a classic red and white gingham check. This is 1/8 of an inch size check, so slightly smaller than the sort of normal gingham check, which just gives it slightly more interest and also slightly less school uniform vibes, if you were at one of the schools where red and white was the coloured uniform. So it's lightweight, but it's got a little bit of crispness, just a slight bit of structure there. Now my idea for a pattern that I thought would pair really nicely with this, I thought a really nice dress, quite transitional for different seasons, but made the most of that slight crispness and slight hold in the fabric, is the Cashmerette Rose Claire wrap dress. It's a really, really beautiful dress. It's got a wrap around the waist, a skirt coming down, and slightly puffy sleeves. And I just thought that slight stiffness in the fabric would just create a really lovely shape on the sleeves. Now this pattern comes in 2 sizes, 0 to 16 and 16 to 32, also with cup sizes C to H. So you've got a couple of different options there to find the best size to suit you. So I thought that would be the perfect accompaniment to this slightly smaller red and white check. So next we have a white and gingham 9mm check in 100% cotton. This one's lightweight and it's got a little bit of crisp as well. Even though it's 100% cotton, it's not quite as soft as some of the Robert Kaufman ones that we've looked at earlier. This one's just such a lovely classic gingham sort of picnic colours, and thinking along those lines, the pattern that I've chosen to go with it is the McCall's Crafts 6338. Now this is a selection of picnic carriers and totes. It's got a large rectangular tote, a smaller one, a carrier for a casserole dish, and a hot pad as well to go on. And I just thought I couldn't do this fabric focus about gingham and not do something picnic related. So I thought that would be the perfect accompaniment to go with this gingham, or really any of the ginghams that we've spoken about today. But I just thought you've got to have, you know, a gingham picnic set. I think that's just absolutely perfect. So you could use this as the outer fabric. You could also use it as the lining, or you could go with a contrast lining. But I just thought wouldn't that just be wonderful? Turning up to your picnic with your gingham tote bags and your casserole dish carrier. And in that pattern, there's also a drinks carrier, which I thought was quite novel as well, because you don't normally get sort of separate drinks carrier. So I thought that was just a really fantastic set of patterns. So that would be my suggestion for this navy and white 100% cotton gingham. And last but by no means least, we've got this really soft and cozy Robert Kaufman 100% cotton gingham. This is the Indigo, so again a slight twist on the classic. We've got the 1-inch check, and then rather than a white background, we've got a black and dark sort of dusky blue. It's more of a dusky sort of almost like a grey blue than the other sort of navies or indigos that we've looked at. This one it's really, really soft. It's medium weight, but it's fairly thick. It's really, really cozy. So thinking along those lines, the pattern that I've suggested for these is the pajamas. And there's loads of pajama patterns out there, but I've chosen one that's a unisex, male and female, Simplicity 3971. Now the sizing for that one, you've got a small, medium and large in one pack, and then there's another pack that's XL to 3XL. So just look out for the 2 separate sizes when you're looking to get those. But it's got a really nice classic pajama set in there. It's got the elasticated trousers or shorts, and then also the button-down shirt with the long sleeve and short sleeves, and also with the collar. So just a really classic sort of flannel PJ set. And this is just, it's so soft, really, really cozy, and you just want to snuggle down in this fabric really, just where it's so soft and it's got that thickness to it. So I just thought a pair of pajamas in this fabric here would be absolutely wonderful. Now this check also comes in a variety of different colours for this particular fabric. So have a look online if you like the idea of the check and the coziness but would like to go for a different colour. We've got a selection on the website. So don't forget, everything that I've spoken about today is tagged below, so you can find this fabric, the pattern that I've just mentioned, and everything else that I've mentioned in the video today down below, so you can click on, add it to your basket. If you've got any questions about anything that we've spoken about today, please feel free to ask your questions in the comments below, and I'll come back to you and answer them as best I can. If you haven't got an account with Minerva already, please do make one. We're all on there sharing our makes, any questions or queries, and people are there to help and inspire us. So please do, if you haven't already, make an account, come and join us, show us what you're making. I'd love to know if you've used any of the patterns or fabrics that I've spoken about today. I'd love to see what you've made, and you can inspire me with some more ideas. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.